Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Jared, and here is my educational leader and advocacy project. This is Ms.Tena, or also known as Ms.Tena, and she's an avid teacher at Chula Vista High. So, as we went through this interview, I pretty much learned that, yeah, these are some ideas that I ended up jotting down, and for her roles and responsibilities. And essentially, Ms. Tena is an avid teacher. So a lot of her roles and responsibilities are essentially things lined up with Avid. So if you guys don't know, Avid is essentially a support class for kids who are on their way to college or want to go to college. Um, so ultimately, I think the biggest one that we should take out of this is preparing students for college universities. This is how I feel her leadership style was after the interview. She puts down some skills like that, and she also has these traits of like holding high expectations in students, and she also does really good job at getting feedback. She's just honest and hardworking, and then some of her skills that I ended up putting down is like she has like a strong personality. She is always a great mentor and advocates for students, and she's always doing something creative inside the classroom. That's what I really noticed when working hand in hand with her and also interviewing her. Uh, I feel like most teachers do these three things, but here we are, where we use these data-driven decision-making skills in order to curve grades. Looking at data, if the classroom does poorly on an assignment, test, exam, whatever, then we end up curving the grade of the overall score. And we adjust like instruction plans on Fridays. We usually do these activities called Fun Fridays. So if the class isn't doing good, then we do no Fun Fridays. Um, and we also do, since I was saying that Avid is a support class, we pretty much do tutoring groups based on the data from other people's classes, if they're performing well, if they're performing poorly. So if a student is doing poorly in math, you're essentially going to get tutored in math when you come inside the classroom with our TRF sessions. My teacher has taught me a lot. I learned a lot through, the interview, and more importantly, like hand in hand with her. I jotted down a whole bunch of list of ideas, but the one that I wanted to talk about the most is, she allowed me to be patient and flexible with students. Not every student is going to be the same, so being patient and flexible with, some due to certain situations is always very important. We assess and evaluate students all the same. We have these assignments in the classroom. Like binder checks. We have TRF sessions, project based assignments, in order to collaborate and socialize with like other students. Things called Socratic seminars and even philosophical chairs. So I think I personally relate to my organization's ideas or my interviewees' ideas, just because I am internship with them. So I do think I do create a good environment where I provide inclusion and encouragement and to all the students. I do think I make meaningful bonds with some of the students. I do want to become a teacher, and it's always fun to get kids prepared for college and universities. It's always like a fun thing to do. And then most importantly, provide equity throughout the whole classroom. Ms. Tena obviously advocates for all of her students, but I think the ways that she does it the best is she gets on the same page as other teachers to better advocate for them too. So other teachers in other classrooms, she tells them like, hey, this is ways that we can work with this student to advocate for them better. We're coming up on 5 minutes soon, so you guys could keep on reading the rest. And then what I want to take away personally is I think that being a teacher is more than just being a teacher. I do think you have to be like a good human being and have a good heart. Creating relationships with students is always better for their learning environments, so that way they're more comfortable and they feel more accepted and they could be themselves. Um, but also getting feedback. We also want to get feedback from our students because, believe it or not, they do have good ideas. And that's essentially it. I just want to say thank you guys for listening. Talk to you guys later.